I'm told of a more recent fatal attack that the whole community agrees is the work of the water mama. The victim's widow lives in a village upstream. If I can track her down, perhaps she'll be able to give me some clues about the identity of her husband's attacker. News of my arrival travels fast through the small community. So by the time I get to the widow's house, she's waiting for me and ready to talk. Can you tell me what happened to your husband?
My husband was lost, as in he was disappeared going up the river.
He'd made this journey many times before.
I was waiting for him. I spent one day, next day, nobody. They found the boat now, somewhere down the river.
Inside the boat was an eerie reminder of her husband. The clothes he was wearing when he left.
His jersey was right in the boat. The pants was well folded and his fishing line, everything was ready.
Everything except a body. But the cast-off clothes tell me that whatever took him didn't pull him from his boat. It waited until he was in the water before it struck. His grieving widow has no doubt about what did it.
I believe that water mama has took him away. One of them mermaids than carry here.
What does the water mama look like?
They are people. But they have like a fish tail. And they have long hair.
And what color?
White people's skin.
In the Pacific theater of World War II, troops reported witnessing peculiar flying humanoids. Described as possessing a pair of large, leathery wings like a bat, these creatures were said to have been spotted close to military installations on numerous occasions. Silent and shy as they were reported to be, military eyewitnesses could not escape the unnerving feeling that these unearthly beings were somehow observing them. Many of the alleged sightings date to around the time of the Battle of Okinawa in 1945. Years afterwards, reports of flying humanoids in the Pacific were still being made by soldiers. One such report came from Sinclair Taylor, a United States Air Force private who was on guard duty at Camp Okubo near Kyoto, Japan in 1952. The sound of the creature's wings first drew the private's attention. To begin with, he thought he was looking at a giant bird. However, as it flew closer, it became clear that it wasn't. According to Taylor's testimony, the enigmatic being had the body of a man about 7 feet tall. It also had a 7-foot wingspan. After having flown closer to the private, the creature stopped and hovered in the air. Panicked, Taylor began firing his weapon at the flying creature. When he looked back at the spot where the winged beast had been, it had vanished. No blood, cadaver, or any other physical evidence was left behind. In his own words, "When I looked to see if my bullets had found home, there was nothing there." Even more bizarre is the fact that Taylor was not the only witness to this creature. It has been reported that, when he declared the incident to his sergeant, it was revealed that another guard had witnessed the exact same creature the year before. Although Private Sinclair Taylor had no knowledge of the previous sighting, and had had no contact with the other eyewitness, the two descriptions of the winged creatures were astonishingly similar. Theories as to what Taylor and others saw include secret military projects and the misidentification of local wildlife. Misidentification suggestions include crows, which are reported to be much larger in Japan than in other parts of the world. Certainly, in some countryside areas, crows with a wingspan twice the size of the typical carrion crow are described by rural farmers. These super-sized birds are also reported to be more reserved and less vocal than the common crow, which fits the descriptions of alleged flying humanoids. This being said, misidentification of crows or other large birds does not account for the alleged human characteristics of these creatures, nor does it explain their seeming unnatural ability to survive rapid gunfire, as reported by Sinclair Taylor. As such, the true nature of the flying humanoid creatures of Japan remains a mystery.